Welcome to Price News Network. Today we'll be discussing the topic of legal immigration. There are many types of immigration, but we will be focusing on legal immigration into the United States specifically.
Legal immigrants are foreign-born people who immigrate legally into the country. Again, we're specifying the U.S. here. There are many different types of legal immigration into the United States, and of course there are different laws for different countries that makes immigration legal. But when we say legal as a key term, we're specifically talking about obeying the laws that these nations have set forth for foreigners to come and visit this country. So there are many types, such as there's dual citizenship, whether your parents could be born in the country, and you can have parents from Canada or parents from the U.S. and you're a citizen of both nations, or stuff like work visas. Immigrants are people who come to a country to live there permanently. In fact, they're leaving their families. They could be leaving their families, their works, and instead they're coming to these countries to start a new career and a new beginning.
From 2016, permanent legal immigration has increased by around 1 million people per year. It has been decreasing by about 100,000 people per year since 2016, but we're still well above the 1 million mark. Not all of the statistics are out yet about immigration in 2020, but we expect them to stay the same or be a little less due to coronavirus and travel restrictions. So what will happen in the next 4 years, you might be asking?
So those were sort of the examples of the last 4 years. In the next 4 years, of course, when we're talking about these specific things, we're looking forward into the future. We don't know all the statistics about what's going to happen, but we can assume because of what COVID happened, now that it's over, the population will continue to grow, of course, and immigration rates will continue to grow as well because, now that COVID shutdowns are starting to end, or we expect them to end in the near future, more people will want to come into the United States as they continue to, as they did in the past, and we expect them to, continue to come to the U.S. Of course, there are a lot of people who want to come to the U.S. legally, and they have the funds. They meet all the criteria, right? They have all their documentations that they bring forward to the government, but sometimes they just aren't selected, and that's mostly the case. A lot of these people, they don't have criminal records, right? They have all the requirements to be regular working people in the United States, but they just aren't selected because the U.S. has certain restrictions about who can come in the country and when they can come in. Again, with this next new presidency, we don't know what President Joe Biden is going to do in the future with immigration. It's been said that he wants to open the borders more and have more people come into the country, whether that's a good or a bad thing. There are arguments for both, but that's what this next presidency is expected to do, and in the next 4 years, our immigration policies and our immigration who comes in the country can reflect that as well.
Now, obviously, immigrants have a massive effect on the economy, and the U.S. economy specifically, they tend to work in high volume at the jobs that are the backbone of our country, very laborious jobs and just important jobs that we really need to help our economy and just that run our country. They can also help fill spaces of work fill spaces where there's work needed, and they make money, and they're people, and when they make money, people tend to spend it, and so they spend their money too, which helps the economy a lot because that's what our economy is. It's spending and trading stuff. And that's how, and they excel it because they're doing it as well. Essentially, the only way they can hurt anything is that they use more social services than citizens, but that is to be expected because they aren't from here and they're not used to being in America yet, and so it's expected, and that's a downside. There's also other arguments of why they could be bad, but overall they're fine.
So in conclusion, legal immigration is happening not only in the U.S., but all over the world, all around you. In fact, I guarantee you that many of the people you know, or in fact your family members, their ancestors aren't even from the U.S. In fact, they're probably immigrants. And my family members are, and I'm thankful for that. These immigrants want to come to the country because they want to continue and improve, and they all have one goal, right? They want to improve their lives, and that's what's so great about a nation, is that you can almost look at any nation, whether it's they're good by the amount of immigrants they have, the amount of people wanting to live there. So this is Price News Network. We hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.